Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some more Hannibal. Last time on Hannibal, well, everything happened, didn't it? We concluded some stuff, namely the Mason Verges storyline. He got what he deserved. He got it. Right in the mouth. Although there are questions about whether Margot's story is going to continue in the show or if that's also wrapped up, I guess I'll find out now. But while some elements concluded, we got led down the new path that we're going to be walking. Hannibal gave himself up to Jack after Will was like, go away, I don't want to think about you anymore. And Hannibal, in a kind of petty lovers, I ain't letting this go kind of way, was like, you know what? I'm going to go exactly where you can find me, where you're going to be tempted to come and see me, because I know you will. I know you will eventually. So it looks like we're going down the path of the much more traditional Hannibal story, but I expect this show will do its own thing with it, twist it in its own way. And yeah, I'm looking forward to these twists, these turns. I'm looking forward to see how the show and these version of the characters interact in what would be the normal way that, at least what I've been exposed to in terms of the Hannibal movies, is that Hannibal's normally in prison and our protagonist is interviewing him. And I'm looking forward to seeing how the show is going to handle that. And obviously how this is going to ramp up to the conclusion of not just the season, but the show itself. But before we jump into this episode, please remember to hit the thumbs up button if you do enjoy the reaction and the review that happens afterwards. Also consider subscribing so you don't miss any future videos. And if you want to see more of my stuff, there are links to Discord and Twitch in the description below. Come hang out over there. It's a good vibe. People have fun. I'd love to see more of you there. Also, at this point, I will say that I have got a bit of a sore throat, so I might not be as talkative as I normally am in these videos, and I'm sure some of you are like, oh, thank God he won't keep talking over all the best bits. But just so you know, that's why I might be a little bit lower energy compared to normal, all that stuff. But anyway, let's keep going. Let's start the next leg of this journey of Hannibal fun time. Let's do it. Oh shit, that's fucking Richard Armitage. Hello. What are you up to, sir? Oh fuck, it's Dolarhyde. We're getting into it. We're actually getting... Oh, there it is, the Red Dragon. We're actually going to be delving into the actual thing in which we are based upon. This will be interesting. See how the show's going to handle all this. I wonder if this is just going to be this episode or if this is going to be everything for the rest of the show. If this is going to be how they close things out. Really putting together the pieces quick here, huh? I must become the dragon. Broken mirror. Yep, there it is. Already a very physical performance. It's good casting though. That is really fucking good casting for this. Although I don't want to get myself too hyped up and then they just take a very tight left turn away from this, because they might do, to be fair. I'm going to guess we're in his memory palace right now. This is how he's escaping his captivity, so to speak. That's his cell? It's a fancy cell. That's like fancier than my house.
Congratulations, Hannibal. You're officially insane.
There's no consensus in the psychiatric community what I should be termed.
For convenience, they term you a monster.
What do you term me?
For convenience, they call him a monster. I don't think that's a very professional outlook to have on a, you know, technically a patient, a criminal patient, but a patient nonetheless. I mean, they're not wrong, to be fair.
The needle was guaranteed, but you beat it all on an insanity plea.
I'm not insane.
He seems fully aware of what he's doing, but trick the system, baby.
Enough people have died.
You haven't.
A promise in waiting, isn't it? A promise you intend to keep.
I always keep my promises.
That's so threatening. Jesus. I can't get over how fucking fancy his cell is. Training his dragon voice. Dragonborn. Oh, he heard it. He heard it for a second there. This is going to be interesting to see how they maybe visualize his mindset. There might actually be a dragon in this show at some point. Don't fucking jump scare me, show. Don't fucking do it. That's okay. We're good. He's just hearing dragon noises. That's fine. We can live with that. That was a fucking cool transition, though. Yep, he went full beast mode. He did it.
Traditionally made with pig's blood, in this case, a local cow.
And when you last made it for me?
The blood was from a cow, only in the derogatory sense.
How are they doing this? How does this make sense? How did he make the food? Or was he just imagining he made food for Chilton?
You will have to write another book.
I am. But not about you.
Ooh, he didn't like that. He did not like that. He was irked by the fact that there's a new hotness around.
Hannibal will shoot them down. He's written a brilliant piece for the American Journal of Psychiatry.
Well, what he's written is going to be your problem.
It's not so much an article as it is a rebuttal.
Hard to believe an inmate's opinion will count for anything in the professional community.
It's going to count, Frederick, and it's going to sting.
The fact that he can still fuck with him from jail. Yeah, don't look into that. Don't look into that. That's bad for your eyeballs. Okay. Well, he turned into a film monster. That is one hell of a scrapbook. He's also been looking at the Hannibal stuff. Like, it's been a while since I watched Red Dragon the movie. So there's parts of this I'm instantly kind of recognizing, and then there's parts of it that I'm kind of like, was this something they did in the movie? I can't really remember. But obviously they're going to be drawing from the book from this as well, so that I've never read, so. Hey, he's got doggies. A new army of dogs. Well, here we go. Just when I thought I got out, they keep dragging me back in. Especially when their name is Jack Crawford.
You don't want to talk inside? Huh? You don't want to let me inside?
Literally and metaphorically.
How much do you know?
2 families killed in their homes a month apart, similar circumstances.
You ever think about giving me a call?
No.
I don't think he wants to go back down this path, Jack, okay? And who can blame him?
So whatever he says he wants to do, you'll take him anyway, won't you?
I promise I'll try to make it as easy on him as I can.
Jack, please. We've walked this path. We've done this already. We've done the rodeo. Let it go.
If you stay and there's more killing, maybe it would sour this place for you.
If I go, I'll be different when I get back.
I won't.
Oh boy, why? Why? I can already tell heartbreak is on the horizon. I can't wait for the conversation where Jack's like, you know what? Maybe you should go interview Hannibal Lecter. You know, your old best bud who didn't at all fuck you up or get you obsessed with the darkness in yourself. Like, that seems like a good idea.
Soon enough, I fear Jack Crawford will come knocking. I would encourage you as a friend not to step back through the door he holds open. It's dark on the other side, and madness is waiting.
When Hannibal's talking the most sense out of everybody, then you're worried. But also, it's kind of like a reverse psychology thing of, hey, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Why did the kennel spark his interest other than his love of dogs? Was there no report of like a dead dog? So where's the dog gone? I'm just spitballing here. I could be completely wrong. Oh shit, Baby Bell. Who eats half a Baby Bell? Who does that? What kind of monster does that? Oof. Oof, that was a... Oh, this is interesting how they're doing this. It's like it's slowly bleeding back into his mind. What did he do to these people? Literally just tear them apart? With his bare hands? Or the weird teeth? Or a bit of both? I can't honestly remember, like, what the... Like, how he killed the victims in the movie, so... Will is not handling it well. Leave the house. Leave the house, Will. Leave. Please. Oh, here we go. Oh, sweet metronome. It's been so long. That's like the least secure door on the planet. Put a bolt on it or something.
I shoot Mrs. Leeds. The bullet enters to the right of her navel and lodges in her lumbar spine.
He's on it. He's back on it. Easy as pie, apparently. Just came flooding back to him.
I shoot one of the two boys in bed.
Eesh.
The other boy I pull out from under his bed and shoot him on the floor.
Yeah, we're going there, people. We're no holdback. Oh shit, yeah, I remember this. I remember this stuff. Again, I can't fully remember the motivational, like, how they explain everything. Why he does it the way he does, but I'm getting flashes of certain parts of it. It's almost disturbing how quickly this, like, all just came back to Will. Like, he tried to escape it and he's just switched.
I have to touch her. This is my design.
That was a great visual. That was a great visual. Dog, dog, dog. Where's the dog?
You were asking about the dog. Last night, a vet called the police. Leeds and his oldest boy took the dog into the vet the afternoon before they were killed.
There's something else I can do. I can wait until I'm driven to it by desperation in the last days before the full moon, or I could do it now.
Is there an opinion that you want, Will?
It's a mindset I need to recover.
We're playing with fire here, boys. Interesting that Will's the one who instigates the meeting.
Hello, Dr. Lecter.
Hello, Will.
You fucks. Of course that's where you end it. Of course that's where you end it. It's the perfect place to end the episode. God damn it. Alrighty, so the saga of the Red Dragon, the thing that this whole show has been based on, begins. And, you know, it makes sense if they knew that the show was going to be potentially coming to an end, that we fit it in, but we actually do the story that this is all meant to be about or based around. The thing that leaps out to me immediately with this is that it feels like episode 1 of a new season. As I've mentioned across these reactions, I have seen the movie Red Dragon, I've never read the book, but there were instantly things here that I picked up on that I recognised. It has been a hot second since I've watched the movie, so there's some details that I just do not remember at all, so that makes this more exciting for me to watch, because whilst there are things I recognise, I can't remember all the details of why certain things are what they are, and especially around Dolarhyde, like, I know, like, there's this instinct of him wanting to become this dragon, but there's other elements of it that I'm just trying to remember and piece together why he does certain things, like the glass shards in the eyes and the mouth and all of that stuff. Like, I can't fully remember how the movie goes about explaining all that, but I expect the show to do its own thing with it, how the conclusions come to. Obviously they'll be drawing things from the book, so they might draw different things from the books from what the movie did, all that kind of thing. Obviously we also had a bit of a time jump since Hannibal's capture has been 3 years. Will's got a family now, and he's living out away from everything of his previous life. Alana has taken over as the head of the institution, I think, of what Chilton was previously in charge of. Freddie's still out there writing her news stories. Jack is still, like, heading up that section of the FBI, even though he was talking about leaving and quitting, and you'd think after he caught Hannibal that would be kind of the seal that he would needed to move on, but he can't move on, so much so that, you know, it's as if he hasn't learned from any of his mistakes in the past, that he's like, I guess I'll just pull Will in to solve this because I can't figure it out and I need someone who can, so I will continue to use him, even if it does, you know, break his mind all over again, especially letting him seemingly just go and talk to Hannibal. Like, you'd think there would be some more resistance from Jack with letting that happen, but no, he's just like, okay, you do what you got to do, I guess, if you think that's what the opinion you need. Let's see how that goes. So yeah, the scenes that really stood out to me in this episode were, you know, just the getting into the head of Hannibal and how he's dealing with being incarcerated and what that means to him. Also the information about how he managed to get an insanity plea, so that's how he's sort of avoided the death penalty and all that. How he's continuing to fuck with Chilton from his jail cell because he's writing things and getting them published because, you know, the professional community in that industry are like, well, he's still got things of value to say. He might be insane, but he's still very smart, so we're gonna listen to what he says. And that's just kind of how Hannibal's getting his kicks at the minute, because, you know, he can't go around murdering people, so he may as well fuck with them in other ways. Also how he's basically just baiting Alana as well, like, I always keep my promises, Alana, and you know, you're on the list, so I'll see you. But also I love the scene of like Will stepping back into his old role, and it feels like it's something we haven't seen for a long time, him going into the, you know, the metronome world and his empathy abilities, because like for a long time now the show hasn't been about that. So now it's like a reset back to the first episode of the first season, and I liked how they depicted it as it's slowly kind of bleeding into him, like the way with the flashlight moving around and certain clues revealing themselves to him as he was slowly gearing himself up to be in that place again. And you could feel him holding it back and then becoming disturbed as he realized that it was racing to the surface, and then the moment it clicks, it's just like it's a great performance to depict it. And yeah, it was a good moment, but also it's like, oh god, we all know what this means. This is not going to end well. Which leads me on to the main thing which makes this very interesting, is that obviously when you watch the movie Red Dragon, it sets up that early on in the cold open that Will Graham captures Hannibal, and then we skip forward and then the case begins and boom, there's your story. Here we're getting the Red Dragon story, at least for a few episodes it looks like, and we have all of this pre-knowledge of a prior relationship between Hannibal and Will, where that's gone, where that's been, how that's going to inform the choices that they make going forward in this part of the story. It's just interesting. It's interesting to have this being told through a very different lens, because we know these characters, or at least these versions of the characters, so well. So I'm excited to see how what's happened previously in the show is going to inform certain story beats of this part of it, specifically like the character motivations and how things are going to affect them. Like, I can only assume in the next episode, you know, we're going to get the interview with Hannibal and Will shooting the breeze, talking about Dolarhyde, trying to figure this whole thing out. We'll probably get a little bit more into Dolarhyde, and I have to say, we'll come on to Dolarhyde in a minute, but I'm just excited about where that's going to go, how things are going to break the walls of Will's mind once again. And I mean, I say excited, also slightly scared. But yeah, Richard Armitage coming in as, you know, the Red Dragon, Dolarhyde. Great casting, a really like strong physical performance, even though he doesn't really have any dialogue in this first episode. He exudes a presence of menace. He definitely has that element of like a beast that comes out in these full moons, and yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing how this gets played out and where they're going to take his character compared to the movie version. But yeah, good casting. He's already putting a stamp on it and leaving an impact. Like, he's come in late game, as it were, and he's already like as scary as anything else that's been in this show. So, you know, it's impressive that he's able to come in and do that. But I just ultimately liked how the theme of this episode seemed to me, like, as we're seeing Dolarhyde slipping further and further into what is going on in his mind. We've got the parallel of Will slipping back into his old mindset. And, you know, it feels like we start up here. We've got Will with his previous, but he's kind of escaped it. And we've got Dolarhyde, who is beginning his descent into his madness. And it's just an interesting way to parallel the two. You know, it felt like this episode was, we're tumbling down the rabbit hole all over again. Like, it felt like we very much cut ties with the ending of what happened previously. And now we're going on a whole new adventure into the dark, mysterious world of Hannibal Lecter and everything that exists within it. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to keep going. I'm very excited to see how they're going to change up or do what they want to do with the Red Dragon story and their adaptation of it, and how the Hannibal and Will dynamic is going to play out. And also, you know, as we head towards the end, what note they're going to end it on, because I'm, like I said previously in other videos, I'm kind of putting myself in the headspace of, well, they want to give closure, but I also expect that they're going to leave it in a way that we could do more if people let us. If people let us make more, we could do more. Like, that's what I'm gearing myself up for. So they're going to try and put a lid on certain aspects, so it's like, well, there's your closure, but also be like, but there's more to tell. So I'm interested to see if they're going to land that, if it feels satisfactory or not, if it works in that way or not. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Questions, questions, questions. More episodes to go. I'm excited. Definitely feels like we're on a new leg of the journey, and it's nearly over. It's nearly over. Also, apologies if the review for this one's a little bit shorter than my normal, but I'm having to record 2 episodes at once today to make sure you get a video next week. So that's why the reviews of these reactions might be a little bit shorter than normal. Sorry, but I'm assuming people would rather have a video this week and next week rather than me missing a week. So that's why this is happening. Apologies, but this was a good episode. I'm enjoying it. I look forward to the next one, which I'm going to watch right now, but you have to wait till next week. Sorry about that. But there you go. It's coming. It's coming. I'll see you there. Thank you for watching this one, guys. If you enjoyed it, please press the thumbs up button. It helps me know you liked it. It helps it get seen by more people. Also, consider subscribing and supporting the channel that way. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this episode. All that good stuff. There are also links to Twitch and Discord down below if you want to come hang out over there. It's a fun time. I encourage it. But other than that, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I will catch you on the next one.